Hey, everybody. We'll be getting started here probably wait about 5 minutes or so just to make sure everybody can get here. And we're waiting on my co-host this evening. Everybody let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay. Harvey, you want to sell creepy stuff? Easy enough. Awesome. 7:58. We'll get things rolling here very shortly. Hey, Tall, I like you. Go Buckeyes. $42 Triple D Josh is in the house. What's going on, man? Sorry, it's actually my fault. I gave Chris the wrong link. That's what it is. Dude, I hear you. It is time for a cold beer. It's getting hot here in Ohio. Hey, Nancy, how are you? Carmelita from Tennessee. Mr. Anderson. Oh, hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. Hey, show of hands, who, or in the chat, I guess, who's coming to Rocky Mountain Reseller Conference? Hey, Adrian. Hey, Michael. Gotcha, man. I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm just looking here. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing great, man.
Good. Okay. So I'm just looking here. I was going to try, I guess I can only share my browser.
You should be able to turn the screen share on. It may only let you share your browser as from your side.
Yeah. Yep, unfortunately it only lets me share my browser, but that's no problem.
I'll give everybody maybe another minute or two, and then we'll get rolling here.
Sitting in my office, my warehouse.
Yeah, man. How you like the space?
I love it. It's 1,200 square feet. I can't show you it right now because I just picked up all my replens today.
Oh,
So
nice.
turn the screen to the right, you get to see about 50% of my monthly sales sitting right there. So I filled up my cargo van today, so it was good.
Nice.
Yep. Actually, I've been using Storefront Stalker for my private group. I'm making a video. I haven't finished it yet on using Storefront Stalker to find replens. It's been working really, really well.
Oh, nice. That's killer.
Yeah, are you a fan of Storefront Stalker? I don't know what your opinion is.
I mean, it's all right. Yeah. Hey, you're coming to Rocky Mountain, right?
Yes, I will be there.
Okay. Listen, guys, Chris is going to be there. We had a killer time at Scan Power, I think. The after hours networking is really where it's at. And if you guys can come to Rocky Mountain, I've got a discount code. You can get $100 off. So you guys should make it out. It's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of good information.
I actually only saw, I want to say like maybe 3 people talk at Scan Power, which was kind of embarrassing.
I'm worse, dude. I saw Rachel Miller speak.
That I was asleep.
Yeah, and then I spoke with Nate, and then
Nate
I didn't go back
for that.
Yeah.
Nate came in my room to get a beer from me, so that woke me up. Yeah.
We are not allowed to drink on stage at Rocky Mountain.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you blaze at 420 on stage?
That I don't know. All right.
Is my audio quality good enough, or should I pop on headphones?
If you could pop on headphones, it would probably be helpful.
Okay.
Oh, Cassie, 100 degrees in Tampa today. That's not good. I would imagine it's something like 80 to 85% humidity down there too.
Okay, how do I sound now?
Oh, dude, that's great on my end.
Okay.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. For you guys that don't know, this is Chris Anderson. He's becoming a good friend of mine, and he's a Kohl's expert. He is a Brabitrage expert. He is a connoisseur of all things nerdy, and he's smarter than he looks. So I think we're going to learn a heck of a lot tonight, and hopefully all of us can go out and make some brawl money.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually we're in a really good time period right now to make brawl money. So one of the things You can barely hear me? Okay, give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah, Chris will fix that. And yes, for anybody who has any issues, there is going to be a replay. Everybody will get a link to it. I record everything.
Okay, I might just pop it off. Wait, no, I do have a levels. Here we go. Okay, how do I sound now? Thumbs up, good?
It's good for me. Anybody else? Anybody having any issues in the chat?
Okay. So a couple things. I've done webinars before, so just so you guys know, I have really bad ADD. I'm all over the place almost every time. Apparently everybody says this sounds good, so that's great. So here's the thing. If you guys have a question, please interrupt me. Ask me the question. I have a general script that I'm going to follow for this, so I won't get off subject, but I would much, much rather you ask me a question than forget a question, okay? Because then you're not going to have me. But and I'm friends with Chris. If you guys want to message, either post and clear the shelf or an FBA today, or private message me any questions, please feel free to. If you're going to private message me, add me as a friend first, because I get like 20 private messages a day from, hey, can I be your Amazon ranking expert? So if you message me, it's going to go to the bottom of that, and I don't want to do that. So add me as a friend. If I see we got a bunch of mutual friends, I will always accept you, especially if Chris is your mutual friend. So just so you guys know that, I would really please interrupt me, okay? Now, so just so you guys know, I am an FBA seller almost exclusively. I do some eBay. I do consulting for private label companies. I'm going to be bringing out some private label products in the near future, but almost everything I do right now is RA and OA. I do some liquidation, some wholesale, and this bras are a large part of my business. So where this all started was about a year ago. Well, when I first got into FBA and Amazon, people would always say, hey, those that know Kohl's. I don't remember who said that, but somebody kept saying that to me, and I didn't get it. I went into Kohl's. I scanned some stuff. It was so expensive. I was like, how is anybody making any money here? And I knew people were making money there. I just didn't know how they were making money there. And that brings me to the first thing that we need to understand is how stores work in general. So Kohl's is a store that if you go in and you scan stuff, you will never find anything profitable. Just, you won't. But if they're having sales, you'll start to find profitable items, okay? And their sales are so good that if you actually scan regular price items, not even sale items, like with tactical arbitrage or just go in and scan manually, you will find very good products. So what you have to understand with a wholesale, and unfortunately, well, actually, I can share with you guys my screen. So I'm going to show you guys the screen here, and this will make a little bit of sense for you guys. I was hoping to be able to share with you guys for that. Can you guys now?
Yep, we can see you now. You're good.
Awesome. So here's the deal. Here's the way a Kohl's sales work. Kohl's sale works. We get here, we got our 30, 20, or 15. So that's based on your Kohl's charge and how much you use your Kohl's charge. Okay. So you use it more, you get 30% off coupons. You use it less, you get 20 or 15s. If you go in store and you sign up for a Kohl's charge, you get 30% that first day. But also I found that there are some websites that will actually give you the 30% off coupon. If you find it, Crazy Coupon Lady might be one. There's just a few. I find them every now and then for, myself. So that's not too difficult. And then we get a 10% or $10 back in Kohl's cash for every $50 spent. Now, that's actually a 20% cash back program there. Okay. Now, if we come here to raise right now, okay, so we got Kohl's, we got raise, and I'm just showing you guys this is how I make a sale at Kohl's for myself. Okay, so right there, we got these Kohl's cards for 7.5% off. Okay. After that, that's a real. I'm probably going to snap these up after the webinar's over because I do a lot of Kohl's. Okay. We get 1% cash back from Ebates into Raise. Then when we shop on here, we get between 3 and 6% back with Ebates on Kohl's, depending on, they have different sales and stuff. So what we're able to do with that is if we get, let's say, just the 20% off, because they do 20% off no matter what tender you use all the time. So if you do 20 off and then 20 back in cash back, plus the discount cards, plus the cash back from Ebates on the Raise gift card, plus the cash back on Kohl's, plus your credit card cash back at like 2%, you're right there at almost 50% off. Okay. It's pretty easy. But if you're doing 2020, actually, I can pull up my spreadsheet because I have it right here. And by the way, while I'm pulling this up, does anybody have any questions so far?
One of the questions was,
does Kohl's offer technically not?
Yeah, they're
So
not
Kohl's
reseller friendly.
Does not like resellers. Okay, let's be perfectly honest about that. I'm going to come back to that in a moment. Okay, now gift card Zen is 11.25. Okay, the reason I don't use that is I like Raise. I like to be able to get it right in my car or right on my phone, like right there in my hand. And anything else that I've used is not as fast as Raise. So that alone is worth it for me, even if it's a couple percentage points not as good as Raise. Okay. Have here we got our buy cost. Let's say we're at Kohl's right now. I'm just going to pick up an item here and show you guys how this. Okay, so this isn't an item we're going to sell on Amazon, but it's still, we'll give you guys an idea how this works. Okay, so now we do have a shipping surcharge, but we'll ignore that for right now. So this is $59.99. That looks like a great deal at $60, but here's what we're really going to pay. 59.99. So percent, the 20% off. Let's do that.
Hey, Chris, sorry, I got
Kohl's cash percentage. That's 20. That.
Hey, Chris, I gotta break in for a second, man.
The yes to the per. It's back.
Oh, guys, we may have lost Chris. I'll message him and let him know. And he can always hop back on here. Yeah, gotta love technology. It's always the best. Yeah, you do lose the chat if you go over to YouTube, but it does stream a little bit better over there, guys. And here comes Chris.
Hey.
No idea what happened, man.
Okay. Where did I lose you guys?
You had gotten to the chair and you were starting to fill in your.
Man,
your
I'm
spreadsheet.
sorry, guys.
That's okay. We were just losing a little audio. That happens.
Okay. I don't have anything else running, so I don't know. Okay. Let me show you guys So we got our chair here for 59 bucks, okay? And we enter in that buy cost, okay? The percentage off right now we could use 30 if we had that coupon, but let's just assume we got the 20% off coupon, okay? That's pretty much the middle of the road coupon right now, okay? Our Kohl's cash back, that's 20% back, so we're going to get about $12 back on that $60 chair. Our Yes 2 percentage, that's a 1% cash back they do. I'm in a sales tax state, so I do pay 6% sales tax. Our raise percentage, right now, I just showed you guys, they're 7% off face value. Our ebates to raise is 1%. That's the standard one. Our ebates to Kohl's right now, I think, is 3%. We have no rebate on this, and I'm going to use a credit card to get 1% cash back. So out of that chair, that $60 chair, I'm going to pay $47 right now, and I'm going to get back $15 in rewards. Okay? So my actual buy cost on it's about 32 bucks, which is about a 45% discount. Did that pick up everything I just said?
Yeah, that picked up everything. When you switch between screen share and going back to video, it cuts out for a second. So, all right. So what we've got here is when you order online, as in stores, doesn't Kohl's have their own UPC labels?
No.
Yeah, no, they use regular UPCs, guys.
Yeah, so like right here, I have a bra because I'll show you guys how to prep a bra. That's standard UPC right there. You know, that same bra that you could buy anywhere else that sells this bra.
Yeah, that's a great brand to sell, guys.
It is. Olga?
Yeah.
So Betsy said, question, our accountant says we should not have business use credit cards in personal names, but in our business name. I know Kohl's does not like resellers, so I don't want to try opening a business card. How do you handle this? All of my business credit cards are in my name. Absolutely, you know, like big companies, Google, they have business credit cards. They're in the people's names because if you don't have it in your name and you go to the store, you know, it needs to be in your name. Like legally, that card actually needs to be in your name. Like if you look on the card, it says it needs to be, it needs like signature match and stuff. So it's actually technically illegal to use a card that's not in your name. So you have to have your name on it. But you can use business use credit cards. Like my business credit card says Chris Anderson. My assistant has one, says Jesse Folk. I could get one for Chris right now, have it mailed to him, and it would say Chris Grant. Wait, your last name's Grant, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, okay. Yes to rewards, I think, is 1% right now. I mean, you know, whatever it is, I mean, even if it's 5%, you know, that just sweetens the deal. So don't you have to use a Kohl's charge to get the discount? How are you calculating credit card cash back as well? Well, I'm calculating that into my, it was in the spreadsheet, and I can go back to the spreadsheet in a moment and show that again. Now, where the spreadsheet falls behind, you know, again, I probably could have done a better spreadsheet if I would have wanted to pay somebody to do it, but this is me doing it. The Kohl's card does not give you cash back. Okay, you need to use the Kohl's card to get the discount. Now, the policy right now, and there are certain, I'll tell you right now, they may tell you in store that this is not the policy, but this is the corporate policy. If you go and use a Kohl's charge for $1 of your Kohl's purchase, they will give you that percentage. Okay, now some states they will say, and some stores, some states, some districts will say, oh, you have to use half. You have to put it all on. You have to do all this stuff. What you do when you're checking out is you say, I'm going to put X amount on my Kohl's charge. So I usually put $10 on my Kohl's charge. So if you ever look at my credit card bill, it's always $10. And I use that to prevent fraud because nobody ever charges $10 on a stolen credit card. Okay, so I go up, I ring out, okay, then I go and I pay for it with the credit card, okay, and the first part, I'll say, hey, here's $10, and I pay for it the rest with my credit card. Okay. So real quick here. So people are talking about the credit card. Yeah, I mean, like my business credit card says my LLC name on it, but I don't enter that. That's not the name. Like, I can't have a business a credit card that says, what my business name is as the name. It says Chris Anderson and then my business name underneath. Okay. Isn't that how yours are set up, Chris?
Yeah, it is. I won't say my business name because it's the same as my store name, but it says Christopher Grant, and then underneath of it, it has my LLC. And I'm the signer, and then my wife has a card, has her name on it. Same way.
Yeah. So I guess I should have clarified that. Even if it has the business name, you don't need to put the business name in the transaction. The other thing I will tell you is, depending on the processor for credit cards, I've worked at a company where we did our own processing, we did our own processing of credit cards. The name on the credit card is not as important as you'd think, actually, which is actually awful for security. So if you have your address, your credit card name, the expiration, and the CVV number or the CCV or whatever, you don't actually need the name on the credit card to process the credit card, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. That's why people steal credit cards. It's so easy to.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, Betsy, I understand about the business card. I was asking about the Kohl's card itself. I mean, that's you're going to have to, I don't know what to tell you. You got to talk to your accountant about that. I mean, that's kind of up to you what you want to do with that. I mean, you could register it and only use it for business transactions, even if it is in your name. Mine is in my name. My accountant still takes care of it, and I am an LLC. So I don't know. It depends on your state and how your accountant wants to handle it.
Yeah, the only time I would ever see that maybe being an issue is if you had an S corp. Because there's a little bit more of a separation between your personal and an S corp. Whereas when you've got an LLC, LLCs, guys, they're just pass through entities. They're not. And you get a little bit of a corporate veil and things like that. But yeah. So you're saying.
Okay, here I'll show you. I didn't do things like, if I buy this chair and I put $10 of it on the Kohl's charge to get the Kohl's charge discount, I don't take that into account with the credit card cash back. I just count my credit card cash back on the entire amount because I only ever use $10. So that is a slight shortcoming that will make the accounting slightly inaccurate, but it would be inaccurate to the tune of 5 cents. So I'm not too worried about it. Okay. So, and again, I mean, the other thing is that when you're dealing with a number like the discount percentage, 45.32, if I enter that 5, if I do it in Inventory Lab at 45, nobody's going to complain. Now, I will tell you right now, one of the things that comes up a lot, people ask me this all the time about Kohl's, is how do you account for Kohl's cash? Okay, because I literally, I was going to do this webinar at home, and at my house, I have stacks of Kohl's cash, like literally hundreds of them. I've had thousands of dollars in Kohl's cash, like $8,000 at one time, like right around Christmas time. So the thing about Kohl's cash is I do the way that my accountant has me do it, and you can talk to your accountant how you want to do it. I don't account for the Kohl's cash when I enter the price into Inventory Lab. I don't take into account the Kohl's cash. I take into account the discount off the top, but nothing else. Then what I do is when I spend the Kohl's cash and I buy product with the Kohl's cash, I then enter the buy cost as 0. That's what I do. Okay. Now there's maybe some problems with that, but that's what my accountant has me do. That's what's worked for me. I've talked to other people, and that's what they do. And it makes the accounting pretty easy. And also, it's really cool to have such high ROI Inventory Lab shipments. It makes you feel really good about yourself.
Right.
Okay. I will tell you that most of my Kohl's cash I use to buy Nikes. In fact, Those are all Kohl's purchases right there of Nikes. Okay. Because you can't get a discount on Nikes at Kohl's Cash. You can get Kohl's Cash.
We moved his computer and it locked up. Yeah, Ethan, perfect. Kohl's is accrued after purchase. While Chris gets back, there we go. What kind of questions do you guys have about buying bras? All right, good questions. Keep these coming. Chris will be back in a second.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Gotcha. You're
Awesome.
back.
I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what it is, but my internet was apparently bad today. So one thing I just wanted to wrap up with Kohl's, talking about Kohl's and talking about any store, okay? Because, we can talk about Kohl's till we're blue in the face. I guess a lot of people think that I'm an expert at Kohl's, but I'm not. What I'm an expert at, or what I like to pretend I'm an expert at, is understanding the sales that are going on in a store, okay? Any store, whether, you go into Target. I was in Target last night and I spent like $1,700 in one Target. And I saw a sale that they were doing. There was like a slight discount and then buy three, get a $10 gift card or something like that. So I just bought up a bunch of stuff. And it's, you understand the sales, you understand the numbers, and anything can be profitable. So just remember that, because stores do, buy two, get ones, just whatever. And if you start to get into a rapport with a store, you'll do very well. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. So
there might be some questions that you can't see as well.
Okay. So Marcia asked stores, sizes, colors, brands. Okay. We'll come back. So stores, as far as stores, most of my bras are out of Kohl's. Okay. Because I do so well there. I do a little bit out of Burlington Coat Factory, TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls, the usual places. I have purchased entire stores of bras. Liquidation. I bought out a bridal store one time. This was like maybe a year ago. I didn't buy any of everybody always asks me, well, what'd you do with the wedding dresses? By the time I bought it out, the wedding dresses were gone. But I bought bridal lingerie, like panties and stuff like that, stockings, garter belts, all that stuff. Very expensive, especially if it's for wedding stuff. This brand was specifically for weddings. So did that. So brands, any brand I can find, right now you'll find that Hanes is restricted, Hanes brands. So that's Hanes, obviously, Maidenform. Those are restricted. Bali just became restricted the other day. Yeah, I'm not happy about that one. Now, I was able to be grandfathered in. I also, by the way, besides doing RA bras, I also buy wholesale bras. So I'm actually a distributor. I have all of the documents you need to get ungated in brands for all of the bra brands because this is so important to me. So Adrian said, do you compete with Amazon? They are on a lot of bra listings. Absolutely, I do. And here's why I like to compete with Amazon. When you see Amazon on a bra listing or any listing, let's just talk about any product because people are always like, oh, I don't want to sell stuff that Amazon's on the listing. You're making a huge mistake right there. You should compete with Amazon because Amazon has set a price, okay? So Amazon, the pricing of anything is what the market will bear. So when Amazon is on a bra at $24 and you can buy it and sell it with enough profit at $24, you know that Amazon has done, some weirder algorithm to figure out that this bra should be $24. They know what they're doing, or they wouldn't be the number one retail company in the world right now. So when I see Amazon on a listing, I buy that bra and I expect to get that price. Okay, I'll usually be right around. I like to price match Amazon, maybe be a penny above, a penny below, right around, and that's how I set it, and that's how I keep it, and I do very well with that. Okay. If I go through all the clearance bras, how often should I go back for new ones? Sarah, that depends on your store. The store that is local to me, I hit up every sale, and I buy a big bag of bras every sale. If I skip it for a couple months, I'll go back in and just buy carts. So that's it. Kohl's prices seem high. Is there a special? Yeah. So Kohl's prices seem high. Is there a special time of year we should be looking for Kohl's sales? Sign up for Kohl's email list, and you will get text messages all the time. Look at this. I have 3 messages right now from Kohl's telling me of sales that are going on right now. Okay. So, check out their app. Their app is excellent. It will also push you notifications. Okay. Okay, how do you not get kicked out for buying so much? Don't they suspect you are a reseller? They absolutely know that I'm a reseller. So Kohl's at the corporate level bans resellers. At the store level, no store manager in their right mind is going to look at somebody about to drop, $1,500 in their store, getting rid of dead inventory and say, hey, get out. No store manager is going to do that. Like, just telling you right now. My Kohl's manager, I've worked very carefully with. I go in. He has let me go in the back and get stuff. He's brought out inventory for me. He's held inventory for me. So they're very cool with me. So that's that. So never see any prices there I can make profit from. Again, you look here at this bra. Look at this. This is an Olga Flirty. I paid $4.50 for it. That's the sticker price on it. I got 40% off that. So I paid like $3.20 for that. Okay. That is $3.20. I think that this is about a $25 bra. Okay. So, the ROI is great. Normally I only scan 60% off. This bra here is a 90% off. I will scan anything that's clearance. I'll just scan every bra. It doesn't take that long. I'm going to come back. By the way, I'm going to come back to the questions about colors, brands, sizes. We got a ton of those, so I'm just going to come back to those in a moment. Kohl's is infamous for rejecting orders affected. Okay, what is the requirements to get approved with a wholesaler for bras? I found a distributor of all of these brands with minimum orders that I could afford. The minimum orders were 150 units. I'm actually not profiting on any of that purchasing, but my logic is this way I'm able to always stay ahead of the game. If it gets brand gated, I'm good. I got the documents. You know what I mean? I'd pay $2,500 or $10,000, whatever it took to get ungated in Olga or whatever, and I have the documents all ready to go. How competitive are they? Do they race to the bottom like in books? No. So again, I'm going to tell you guys right now, you should probably look up some bras in the Amazon seller app before you get too excited about this. Okay. There are a lot of brands out there that are restricted. Okay. So somebody listed some brands here: Maidenform, Bali, Warner's, Wakel, Olga, Vanity Fair. Yeah, Stevie knows what's up. Those are the brands I focus on. A lot of those may be gated for you, so keep that in mind. But the problem with the race to the bottom in books, the reason that books race to the bottom the way they do, is there's so many people that want to sell them and not that many buyers, okay? Unless you're dealing with textbooks, you get a lot of people that can buy books so cheap and get them in and go from there with it. So, I mean, honestly, I don't have too much of a race to the bottom. I'll figure out all of your seller accounts, and if you guys start racing to the bottom, I will tell you right now, I'll buy out your bras in a heartbeat at rock bottom prices and resell them myself. What if Amazon never goes out of stock? Well, number one, they do go out of stock, and number two, they do share the buy box. So I'm not too worried about it. There's this like rumor that Amazon never shares a buy box. That's not true at all. If it was, we would have gone out of business a long time ago.
Yeah, I'd really like to know who started that rumor and why it's persisted so much in the community.
I really want to thank them because it's really kicked out a lot of people and frustrated them from getting into this market.
True.
Oh man, I don't know if you saw my post the other day. I forget what it was. Something I posted. It's people that won't ever list things as new. They only list it as used like new. So I just thank the person that came up with that idea because it's made me so much money.
Oh yeah.
So you have to unlock every brand, or they unlock you in all bras at the same time. So with that, it's brand by brand. There's been no brands that have contacted me yet. But what I'm saying is that I am prepared. Okay, that's why I have the wholesale accounts. Okay, and plus the other thing to keep in mind with wholesale accounts is once you get your foot in the door with wholesale accounts, my wholesaler for bras, and they specialize in wholesale bras, they contacted me about a bunch of socks. They got in a whole bunch of socks. They don't really sell socks. They called me up like, hey, you want a bunch of socks? And I am buying a whole bunch of socks. And I'm not buying them at wholesale. I am buying them from a wholesale distributor at a liquidation price because it's not the market they sell. So once you get these relationships and you start buying, you start spending money, they know who you are, they know what you're doing, they will hook you up because they want to make money from you. Okay. How can you buy carts of bras without being suspected of being a reseller? Again, my store knows very, very well that I am a reseller. And what it is at the store level, they don't care. That's been my experience. Okay. I'll go in there and be like, oh, you're buying all the bras, we can put out swimsuits. So they don't care. The only thing that I will say about that is like I'm not buying up all the toys. I'm not doing that, with the bras. Like even after I'm done with all the bras on the rack, it's still there's a ton left. Okay, do you pay attention to the rank? We'll come back to that. Do you buy mostly clearance? Usually, but not all the time. If they're buying like a buy one, get one free sale or a buy one, get one 50% off sale, sometimes there's enough meat on that discount for me to profit. What app am I scanning with? I scan everything with Scoutify because it shows me the sales rank. I am really going to tease this sales rank question till the end. Okay. Outsourcing. So outsourcing, yes, I actually have shoppers all over the country that shop for me. Do people lose me? Like, are we?
I think it may just be one person because I don't have anyone else lose the stream. I mean, you're a little 8-bit, but I can hear you everything. Oh, and there he goes.
A little bit better?
Yes, that is better.
Okay, sweet. Okay, so outsourcing, I have shoppers all over the country. I have about 10 people at any one time that are shopping for me and mail me bras. And we can come back to that. What app? I'm using Scoutify. Do you know the different sizes affect rank? Okay, so different sizes colors would not affect rank because you're dealing with sub-ranks in parent listings. So you have the child ASIN, that is each one of the size, each color in each size is a child ASIN. The parent ASIN is not affected by that. So okay, I'm just going up. Ethan says, how deep per ASIN? As many as I can buy usually. Yeah, Steve. So Steve says, I've never had an issue buying a cart of bras. Cashier chick might look at me funny. So I've never had an issue either. I did one time get asked if I owned an orphanage while buying a bunch of bras, which is weird. And because I wanted to say what for like large-breasted women or what, but I didn't. I've never gotten a weird look, except when I took my 16-year-old niece with me. Then I got a really weird look. Okay, it got real weird. Are there any special requirements for bra wholesalers? Nope. Just call them. Do you have a website to show a wholesale client? I do. Jimmy says, what pay do you offer somebody who sources in a different state? I pay 20% of the profit once I scan into Inventory Lab. So I just had a shipment come in. The girl spent $2,500. She spent it all at Kohl's, okay, all out in Portland, Oregon, okay? She spent all in Kohl's because I can send her the Kohl's gift cards into the app, and she can use the Kohl's gift cards right out of the app. So I don't have to send her money or anything. She spent $2,500, and the profit on it was right around $4,500. So I'm going to send her 20% of $4,500, whatever that comes out to. It's like almost $1,000, which is, by the way, that's for like a day's work. So she's making more money than I do.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Okay. Can you list new bras? Absolutely, but I don't do that. Is it worth adding a size color to a listing? I've never really done that. I've never added a color, but I've added sizes all the time. Now I will tell you right now, I did buy like 1,000 cheap UPCs off eBay. Don't ever tell anybody that I told you that. It's probably not a good idea to do it. Actually, but see, the bras have UPCs. They actually do have the correct UPCs. So if you have this UPC, this is actually a bra that if you scan it, it doesn't scan. This size is not in, but the color is, okay? So actually I need to add this. Now, I've just started using RevSeller, okay? Chris, didn't you make RevSeller?
No. Everybody thinks I do, but that's not me.
Okay. So RevSeller will actually show you the ASINs, so you can scan it and pull up all the ASINs that way for it, even the out of stock ASINs, and it makes adding listings much, much faster. I actually, let's do a quick, I'm going to show you guys something. This is my backlog of bras right now, and backpacks and shoes that need to have listings made for them. Okay,
Dude, so love backpacks.
I love backpacks too. If you know what you're doing, you can pick up a JanSport backpack for $3.
Yeah, easy.
All day, day. Okay, so Scoutify, I love Scoutify. If you use Inventory Lab, Scoutify is free, so check it out. Okay, so we're gonna. I caught up with all the questions. By the way, Chris, how long is this webinar?
There is no. I'm here until we're done.
Oh, I got nothing to do. I'm leaving Friday at noon, so we can go.
Yeah, I'm down, man. Let's do it.
So people are asking me what are my parameters. So let's get to the nitty gritty on this. So, unfortunately, I was going to try to share my screen, but I can't share it in this setup. Okay, in Webinar Jam. You should totally try Zoom, by the way, Chris.
I have a Zoom account. It just, I know. I may switch back to Zoom.
And the reason I like it so much is Firefox is giving me crap right now. This is in Firefox. Zoom is its own standalone.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I used to tell people about ranks, colors, sizes. Okay, I should ask this earlier, but does anybody know what the average bra size is in the country? Did I tell you that, Chris, already?
We have not. Nobody's hit it.
We have not discussed average bra sizes, apparently. I guess me and Chris aren't that good of friends. 36 double D is actually the average bra size in the country right now. Okay,
bigger than I would have expected.
Yes. So now, for people that aren't familiar, there's a lot of guys watching this, so I'll tell you what a bra size is. So you get your band size. So this bra here, this is a 44 double D. Okay, so the brand size is at the average closure. Okay, this is 44 inches around. Okay, the double D refers to the size of the cup. Okay, which is like how far it sticks out from the torso. So an A sticks out 1 inch, and then B, C, D, double D, E, so on and so forth. Okay. So that is how bra sizes are determined. Now, So going with that, I used to say, well, be around that size. But what I've discovered is all bras will sell. Okay, I pick up like literally, I don't care what color size I pick up. I've sold 28G. Okay, extremely small band size, large cup size. I mean, that's big. Okay, I've sold like 54A. Okay, I think me and Chris might wear 54A cups. Okay, probably a B. I don't know. I'm getting kind of fat. Okay, but so here's the thing to keep in mind about bras. If you're a 36C, you walk into Victoria's Secret, you can get a bra. You can walk into Aerie, you can get a bra. You can walk into Kmart, you can get a bra. Okay, if you're 28G, you can't do that. Victoria's Secret does not have that. They don't go up to G cup. They don't go down that low in band size, I don't think. So you have to go online. Okay. So the thing is that yes, the outlining sizes are more difficult to find in store, which means you're more likely to go online. Okay. So those outliers, the outlier sizes, okay, are very profitable because they're very hard to find. And that's why, like I love this brand Flirty by Olga, because I mean, guys or women particularly, if you have a larger cup size, they will tell you, if you ever ask a woman, they'll say every big bra is just ugly. And I think that this is actually a pretty decent looking bra, and it's a large size. So this will sell very easily for me. Okay. And that's what these are for, made for. Okay. So something like this 44 double D, this is a weird size, but, that's what it is. And exactly, Catherine said, once a woman finds a bra she likes, she will stick with it. It's a nightmare to find the one. My mom does the exact same thing. My wife does the exact same thing. They buy one size bra, they know what they want, and that's what they get. Okay, so, you're 100% right. Okay, and if you carry that, you'll do very well. Now, the colors, okay, the colors is if you want the fastest sellers, you're going to want to be looking for colors like black and white, neutral colors. Colors that are like polka dotted or vibrant patterns, they're not going to do as well because, keep in mind with, I feel like so weird, like becoming a bra expert, considering it's just a weird thing. But, if a woman's wearing a white shirt, she can't wear a polka dotted bra. It looks weird. Okay. So if a woman's going to be wearing a black shirt, she's going to want to wear a black bra. If a woman wears a white shirt, she's going to wear a white bra, and so on. Okay. So that's why I avoid those. You will see t-shirt bras that are kind of vibrantly colored. Those are usually a smooth bra. They'll actually be called a t-shirt bra. Sometimes they're weird colors, but for the most part, they're not. Now, I will say I typically avoid animal print. A lot of women don't like animal print, but I still buy them. I still sell them. They don't sell as quickly. So if you wanted to say, hey, Chris, what is, in nude. Now, I was going to list off the colors here. So let me list off the colors here in my experience. Black and white are tied for number one. They both do the best. Then jewel tones. Okay, so this would kind of be a jewel tone, this purple, reds, burgundies, blues. Okay. Then nude colors. So remember, nude. So nude for me is like a pink peach color. A darker skinned person, it would be like a bronze. Okay. So keep that in mind. If you see a bronze colored bra, that's a nude color bra for some people. Okay. So, do you have bras, luck with bras that open in front instead of back? Yeah, I sell them all. They sell just as well. Now, I will tell you, there are a lot of women now that use front closure bras, especially if you're dealing with older women. I didn't know this, but somebody told me this, and it makes sense, is, if you get shoulder surgery ever, you can't stick your arm back there. So you want to use a front closure. Never would have thought of that.
Never would have thought of that.
Yep. So I stated I lean towards sports bras. Am I missing out? What's your sports regular mix? I do sports bras all the time. Now I'm I'm probably lucky. I'm ungated in Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Asics, Fila, all the sports bra brands that everybody else would dye to be ungated in. So, I can pick up anything I want, and I do very well. I do a lot of Nike sports bras. But, regular bras I do pretty well with. Steve says, colors I sold today. Sterling blue, geoprint, blue retro diamond, pink pale, latte lift. Okay, and I want to tell you something that's so funny about what Steve says here, these colors. Once you get into selling bras, I know what brand Latte Lift is in body beiges. Those are brands. Soft taupe, yep, I know what brand that was. I know what brand all of those colors are because you see them so much, okay? So the thing that I'm going to is with colors, I think none of it really matters. I think sizing doesn't even matter, okay? Typically, I like to stay under 100,000 in bras, in apparel, okay, in rank. I go much higher than that on some things for more money, okay? I will tell you that right now. I've gone up to $500,000, no problem. I think $500,000. I think it goes up that high. So I've gone that high. I do look at reviews, okay? And if I see a bra, there have been a few examples where I've picked up a bra and there's no sales rank, like nothing listed, nothing in Scoutify, nothing on the Prime listing. I look at reviews, okay? Little pro tip, not related to bras. If you ever pick up a product that is not ranked, okay, has no rank in it, so let's say it's in a category you don't know anything about. It's a speaker, okay? So what's the speaker rank? What's a good one? I don't know. So what you do is Chris doesn't know. So in that case, what you do is you pull it up in Prime, you look at the listing, and you look for recent reviews. If you see, hey, this was reviewed, a week ago, and the week before that, and the week before that. Now, what you need to know is that your average product gets about a 1% review rate. That's an organic rate. Okay. Now, people that do private labels, they incentivize reviews. They have a higher rate, but 1%. So for every rank or for every review that I see, that is 100 sales in my, estimation. So if I see that it got reviewed last week and then the week before, that means it's selling 100 a week. Okay. So I just bought some food today that for some reason in grocery was not ranked, but it had 2 reviews this month, 4 reviews last month. Okay. So I estimate it's probably selling, 100 every week. Okay. So just, thought I would clarify that because people ask that a lot. Okay. So what it comes down to is as far as colors go, I don't care. I buy them all. Sizing, I don't care. I buy them all. Okay. If you are really conservative and you really want to get into this business, and I was going to put some beginner tips at the end, but I'll pepper them now. Look for those basic colors, the blacks, the whites. They're going to get sold a little bit faster, and probably, the middle of the road sizes will probably do pretty well. But outside of that, everything will sell. Another tip, if you really want to try bras, but you don't want to invest a lot. So whenever I try something, I always put out, how much money can I risk? Okay. Chris, you ever do that? You ever think about something like, how much money can I afford to lose?
Anytime I go into a new vertical or anytime I try a new business venture, I always do that.
What is your amount that you're like, if you just lost it, you'd be like, whatever.
Typically it's $1,000.
Okay. So $1,000. Yeah, that's about right for me. So let's say you wanted to get into trying bras and you wanted to do $100, that's actually not that bad of a budget. Go to Walmart. Okay. There's a brand at Walmart called Vasseret. Okay. They're cheap bras. They're like $9.88 or $14.88. They're cheap. Bottom of the barrel. They're cheap. But almost every Walmart that I go into has a whole rack of them for clearance for $1 or $2. Okay. So you go into them, buy them up, and you're good to go. I don't even buy them anymore. I started out buying them all the time. They're not worth it for me because of the pain in the ass of prepping. Okay. It's just not worth it for me. Vasseret.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. Okay. Vasseret. Vasseret. So, but they'll also have like Bollies or stuff like that. They'll have those brands. They will be low end versions of those brands, but they will be there. Okay. And sometimes you can pick them up. Any bra specific issues or tips about returns? Well, let me show you guys real quick how to prep a bra. So I am going to unplug my headphones because I'm. Okay, can you guys? I know it's going to be a little bit weird, but okay. So here's how I prep my bras. So this, I picked it up at IKEA. It was $12.88. It has like a little thing on the bottom. I can put shoes there, and I hang up the bras here. I got some right here. So just like this, I hang up all my bras like that. I actually have extra poles that I run underneath this, and I lift this up so it's like real tall, and then I put the extra poles underneath with wire ties if I need to, like if I have a lot. But that's how I store bras, okay? And basically, I do bra prep 1 day a week or 2 days a week, depending on how I do. Now, that also keeps them, keeps them from getting dirty, keeps them up off the floor. Okay, now, prepping a bra. So we got our Olga here, okay? So I'm not going to take the price off because I still have to enter this into Inventory Lab, but you would take the price off, okay? Now, I will tell you right now, there's some people that say that you should send it in with the hanger. I have never once sent a bra in with the hanger. I don't do it.
Nope.
Okay. So the way I prep it is I take the bra, I put it like this, so I fold it, and I put it cup in cup, okay? Now, some people will say, oh, that's not how cup bras are supposed to be stored. That's how they come from the manufacturer, okay? So then you take the back part here, you fold it up, you fold it in, just like that. This is an 9x12 poly bag from Boxery. This is a Luxe model. I put it down in the bag. It is in the bag. I take the sticky off, fold it over, and that's it. And then I toss it in the box. That's it, okay? So, let me plug my headphones back in. Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, you're great.
Awesome. So do I take all the tags off? No, absolutely not. You want to keep the UPC tags on. You want to remove any like Kohl sticker or Ross sticker. If it has a Ross UPC on it or a Ross tag, you definitely want to take that off. Now, I buy the poly bags from theboxery.com. The BOXERY.com. And Chris has got that. And yeah, those are 9x12s. Okay. I buy them about 5,000 at a time. So, you get a good discount at that rate. Okay. And do I mostly shop in store or does this work for online shopping? No, it does work for online shopping. I have done multiple online orders from Kohl's for bras. I've done orders from DSW. No, was it DSW? I forget what store it was, but I've definitely ordered a bunch online. I think I ordered from Talbot's one time. There's stores out there you can definitely buy them from. Okay, so Steve, no label on the bag. Yes, I put a label on the bag. I put it on the outside of the bag. I don't have a label for that bra. So if you find a bra that only has a store tag on it, what do you do? I probably don't sell that because I always want to sell the UPC. Okay, that's like one of the okay. So one of the questions, like I have a whole thing of questions that I was going to bring up. I wrote myself an FAQ. So with bras, give me 1 second. I'm going to grab a bra.
Before we go on, those poly bags are priced insane.
Okay, so this is a Maidenform bra. I picked it up at, this is Burlington Coat Factory, okay? So what I do with these, okay, so this you have to remove, the whole thing, okay? I have actually started to take photos of both of these together because this UPC is not on the receipt. This UPC is. So I want to have this receipt handy if there was ever to be an inauthentic claim. Okay, and that's important. I have never had an inauthentic claim on a bra that I've sold. However, if I did, I have all of those photos. And I have heard people, I don't know if you know anybody that's done this. Have you heard anybody that's fought an inauthentic claim with photos like that, Chris?
Yep, I have actually done it for somebody.
Okay. Do I use manufacturer barcode or do you use Amazon label? Like, I don't quite understand the question.
So a manufacturer barcode is what Amazon has renamed commingling.
Oh, okay. No, I never commingle bras. And the only reason I don't is because how would you know? How would you know what bra is what? They'd never be able to tell. So, I mean, literally. So another thing that I was going to bring up as a tip is, I don't know. I'll answer the question. I can ask the question and then see if anybody knows the answer. Does anybody know the ASIN limit for a box to Amazon?
Interesting. I have no
Because there
idea.
is a limit. So anyway, so do I have any? Well, okay. So I answered that question. So you find a bra that only has a store tag on it. What do you do? I mean, like I don't want to sell bras with no UPCs. Like I don't do that. And also, like you will run into that sometimes at Kohl's where they put their own UPC on it. I will tell you right now, you need to verify that that is the correct UPC for the product because sometimes it pulls up the wrong size.
Yeah, I agree with Chris 100% here. There's a store here in Columbus called Discount Fashion Warehouse. And I mean, you can buy really nice bras for like $2 and $3 a piece, but none of them have tags. They all have, the tags that they put on in the store. So I don't touch the place ever.
Shit. Yo, dude, let's go, man. I'm good. But actually, yeah, and that's kind of, it's unfortunate. Okay. Sarah says sometimes if it's a really nice bra, I don't want crush, I'll stick a small airbag. Yeah, you can do that. What's the answer of ASINs for box? Do you take pics of both the manufacturer's tag and the store tag for every style bra, every purchase? Only when the store doesn't scan the UPC. So a Kohl's receipt has the UPC on it. A Ross receipt does not. Okay, they use their own receipt. And then I keep the tag. This does not get thrown out. Okay, I keep that in an envelope with the receipt. I have a lot of envelopes of receipts and tags. So, Santosh, what's the ASIN limit? Sorry, I have not told you guys what the ASIN limit is yet. So anyway, as far as rank goes, when I train people and I'm starting them out, I usually tell them to stay under 50,000. That really sells pretty quickly. But I go as high as 100,000 because it's like out of experience. And the girl that sources with me, like locally with me, she'll go high also because she does so much shopping for me. So, okay, so if the bra already exists on it, but I can't create new sizes or colors, what can we do to solve that? I don't know. Chris, you got anything on that?
Let's see. I'm able to sell most brands, Hanes, Maidenform, etc. if the bra already existing. Can't create new sizes or colors. If you're not, that's very odd. If you are not restricted in that brand, you should be able to add a size or color. I might open up a case and be like, "Hey, what the heck? Is there an issue?" Which, of course, then you open up the possible Pandora's box of, "Oh, we were supposed to restrict you in that brand." We'll have someone take a look at that and take care of that on your account. Or you just don't sell oversized bras, I guess.
The other thing I will say about bras is it's very rare that I actually have to make a listing. Okay, that it's not already existing. I would say maybe if I scan 1,000 bras, maybe, I don't know. I don't want to give that kind of number, but what I will say is that most of the time it's that the listing is out of stock. It just for some reason can't find it. The UPC is wrong. So when I actually go through and manually search it, I enter the color, I enter the size, I find it that way. Do it the hard way. I find it like 99% of the time, something like that. I've maybe only made 4 or 5 listings for bras, which at the scale that I'm selling is not a lot. Okay. So, will you do a photo of the receipt? Absolutely. You should scan every receipt because you need to have hard copies of those. If my office burnt down, knock on wood, that doesn't happen, I'd lose all my receipts, but they're all scanned in. So, not that big a deal.
Shoebox bro.
I use a Doxy, but
Okay.
have you had many inauthentics? I've never had an inauthentic on a bra.
Never had an inauthentic on my account. Knock on wood.
I had one, and it was a huge nightmare.
Yeah, it is.
And it went again. Okay, so while I'm waiting for people to ask me more questions, I actually ordered it from the manufacturer. It was a coffee cup. I ordered it directly from the manufacturer. Amazon said it was inauthentic because it didn't match the other items that were being sold. But this coffee cup, it's copied in China. So everybody on the listing was selling knockoffs. I actually had the manufacturers, bought it from them. So Amazon says, hey, this is inauthentic. It doesn't match the other products for the listing. I said, well, actually, it matches the photo. It has the UPC. I know it's the right thing. And I said, what do you guys want? And they're like, well, show us your invoice. So I showed them the invoice. They're like, not good enough. Your name's not on it. So I was like, okay, do you want the contact information for the company? Like, I'll have them contact you. You can contact them, whatever you want. And this went on so long. I think you have your invoice has to be 180 days old or 90 days old, that the whole thing went invalid just because it was so long. You know what I mean? Like, it was over 90 days. I was so pissed off about it. I sell a certain type. Okay, I tell people to stay, like the people that start out for me, right when they're starting, I tell them to stay under 50,000, but I go higher. I go up to 100,000 or even higher, depending on the money. I sell a certain type of sports bra, and most of the time they have to create the listing. I do the new listing like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, if you do it, if you know what you're doing, it's easy to do. Have you ever had issues with just launch coming on the listing at 1 or 1/3 the price? Usually just launch. Yep. Okay, so here's what you do. I set my repricer. I set my repricer to ignore everything but the buy box, because those just launch sellers never get the buy box. So if you just ignore them, that's all you need. Okay. Where should I focus my bra shopping? Time is money, and I want to maximize my time and money. Jimmy, that kind of comes down to what's good for you. My Ross in my area is awful. My TG Maxx is good. My Kohl's is okay. It's not the best one around. It's just you got to figure out what works for you and go from there with it. So look around your area. Can I show you the photos? I mean, it's just a picture of the two tags next to each other. Pretty much just like this, taken on a desk I use an old cell phone. That's all. I do find some bras I can create a new listing for. That's weird. What did you say you used instead of shoebox? Doxy. Doxie. It's a scanner. It's a document scanner. My assistant has my Doxy right now. It's about this big, and you can slide receipts and paper right through it, and it's pretty easy. So, hey, no judgment, please, but I'm going to judge you right there because you said no judgment. No, I'm kidding with you. Okay, so Carmelita says, but I am relatively new to this business and I still work from a shoebox. Any information on how to learn to scan my receipts? Okay, well, I can answer that question. So the way that I handle my receipts is I go out shopping. Here, I'll show you real quick. Okay. So my assistant and I, when we're emptying bags, we just throw all the receipts into this. Okay. Just a whole bunch of receipts. Every week we go through and she runs the receipts through a scanner. Okay. And through a scanner, and then we put it into an envelope for the week. Okay. So we break the receipts down into first week, second, third, fourth, and so on. Actually, 4 weeks. Okay. And then that's it. Okay. Once we unload it, I digitally store it in the exact same way. And then if my account never needs anything, she can pull it up that way. So that's how I take care of that. Jacob said, what repricer do you use? I use App Eagle. Corey says, I'm just launching. I have a bunch of buy boxes. Yeah, but you're not merchant fulfilling. That's the key. So you're not merchant fulfilling, and you're not merchant fulfilling with a 6 to 8 week lead time, just as most just launches do. Do you buy more bras online or in store? Mostly in store. Sports bras versus regular bras, I don't care what they are, they sell. Okay. Most scanners have a hard time scanning really long receipts. Yes, a Doxy will only do about a 3-foot long receipt before you have to fold it over and go back through with it. So I run it through, I see where it stopped, I pull it out, I fold it over, run it again. And it is kind of a pain in the butt. I have, seeing if I got it right here. Thought I had a, nah, I don't have any good real long Kohl's receipts right now. They're probably still in the bags, but you know, Kohl's receipts, I mean, I'll have 5-6 foot long Kohl's receipts all day, every day. So, you know, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it works pretty easily. Yeah, so App Eagle, thanks for some. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, my receipts have grown. So did anybody else have any more questions? One thing I will say is to keep in mind that what I'm showing you guys as far as the strategies for bras are universal for anything. I mean, they'll work on shoes, they'll work on toys, you know, they'll work on anything. It's universal. Just being a good seller will be good for any category. Do you have an amount of money you must make per bra that you purchase? Okay, so yeah, it's a great question. It's a great question. You guys are asking good questions. So here's how I set my repricer. I set my repricer with a floor of 50%. Okay, and forgot the ASIN limit. Floor of 50%. So if I pay $4 for the bra, I price it so that I make at least $2. Okay, that's what I set my limit at. But my average ROI is about 92% right now in bras when I checked before I got on here. Nice. Okay, so yeah. So I sold about 1,375 bras in the last 30 days, and my ROI is right around 92%. So, so the target ROI that I go for is 100%. But I mean, so often I go much higher than that. Okay, so that works out pretty well. Do you have an amount of bra? And also the other thing is a $5 limit. This is just universal for anything I buy. 50% ROI, $5 minimum. Okay, I set that. So that's it. Everything I do is FBA. Will you ever stay away from a listing because it has a number of other sellers? Nope. Pie Face. Chris, did you sell Pie Face?
I sold 80 units in one day.
Yeah. How many people were on the listing right then?
Yeah, there were 400 at the time.
You know what? I think you might have figured out the ASIN or the cap, the cap on Keepa tracking it. I thought that there would have been more than 400.
Yeah, that might be. I'll tell you, and I get a little passionate about this, guys, because they're like, oh, well, you know what? I'm not going to go after anything that has more than 20 sellers. You're not stupid for doing that, but whoever gave you that advice gave you stupid advice. You got to remember, number of sellers does not equal number of people who are competitive for the buy box. And that is the number that's important.
Will you ever stay from a listing? Okay. Oh, okay. So ASIN limit, because people are asking me, it's 100. Okay. You can only have 100 ASINs in one box. And I found that out the hard way. I had to repack a lot of boxes that day.
Oh, that sucks.
It was right after the box quantity came out. So I was sending a huge shipment of bras. And I bought the extra large boxes from Lowe's. They're like the 24 by 24 inch cubes. And I filled them up, each one with like 50 pounds of bras. And there might have been like 200 bras in each one. And I had to repack all of them. Are there particular stores where you can find the rare bra sizes? Yes, but I'm not telling you. No, I'm kidding. Any store. They'll all have them. So the way bras come in is, I actually have some cases, but I got product in it. Bras come in with like, when I say like 36 double Ds, so it's the case count will probably be like, let's say you have a case of black Bali bras. There will be probably 4 of the 36 double D, and then like 4 of the other sizes right around that, and then 3 of less common, and 2 and 1 of the least common ones. So eventually all stores, given the law of averages, will have uncommon sizes that you can find. What about bras with no rank, no sellers, and no feedback? Do you risk it? Nope. No rank, never sold. Don't bras usually have a low average selling price and therefore a low net profit? Oh, absolutely not. I don't know who told you that. I'm selling bras all day, every day at like $30, $40. Do you recommend it? Yeah.
I wish my wife's bras cost $30 or $40. My wife is a little bit more well endowed than the average American woman, and we're talking $75 a bra, all the time. So we spend money on bras, and
well, see, that's why you got to make all your money selling bras to afford the big bras.
That's right.
See, I'm lucky. My wife's bra, like, she'll come over and she'll be like, "Oh, you got like 20 bras of my size." I'm like, "No." The other day my wife was leaving for work and she had pink Doc Martens on, yoga pants, and a jacket. And I'm like looking at her and I'm like, "You stole every one of those items from me without asking me." Okay. So Keep It doesn't seem to show rank history for clothing. Same for bras. Yeah, they do not. Do you have a workaround for this when deciding what to buy, or do you just go with the rank at the moment in time? Yeah, just go with the rank at the moment in time. I mean, I know that's not a great answer, but that's what I go with. What's your return rate, Chris? You're going to say something?
Oh yeah, I was just going to say, as long as the rank isn't bad, guys, and as long as it's got some reviews, you're going to be fine. Don't overthink it.
I have never overthought anything in my life. Okay, so my return rate's right around 5%. Okay, now there will be people. One of the things I will tell you, it's real important here. Let me show you here this bra. So we got this bra here. You look at it, it's kind of tough to see, but it's kind of a satining. I forget the name of that fabric. My mom told me what it was the other day. But there's no pills in it. There's no dirt on it. The cup is real nice inside. The other thing I look at is I look in the armpit right there. There's no deodorant in it. Now, if you ever do, just pro tip, if you ever do pick up a bra that has deodorant in it, you can actually take deodorant out with tape. Just like, you take dog hair off with tape, you can take deodorant off with tape. Just keep that in mind. So the bras that I'm sending in, I'm very fastidious about the condition of them. So I think that I have a very low return rate because I'm so careful with the condition. Just like with shoes. People go to, Ross and they pick up a pair of shoes that look beat to hell and they're like, "Oh, used." Or, they send it in like, "Oh, it's good enough," And I've seen people's returns and I'm looking at it and I'm like, "Oh my God, did somebody wear those?" They're like, "No, that's what they look like when we sent them in." I'm like, what is wrong with you? So that's why I don't, I think my return rate's so low. And here's what I will say about bras and about any Amazon inventory. when you as a customer, when a customer returns it, it has to be returned in the same condition it was sold. It also has to be returned with the UPC on. That is why it is important to keep the UPC on it. So if somebody buys this and they decide to wear it and then they decide they don't like it and they mail it back to you, well, it does not have the UPC on it anymore unless for some reason they decide to tuck it and wear it with the UPC tag on it, which they don't. So when you get this back, you open a claim and say, hey, it did not come back with the UPC and it did not come back in the same condition I sent it in because this is a new bra. If you wear it, it's no longer a new bra. I get about 95% of my returns reimbursed to me in full. Then what I do is I put a box of used bras in my office. Boxes over in my office, like the part of my office that is my office. You know, if anybody ever came in here and looked in my office and be like, why does this guy have a big box of used bras? Like, what are we missing here? And I have auctioned them. I have actually auctioned them, like taken them to an auction and people have bought them. Sometimes I'll wash them and then take them to auction. Or you donate them to a woman's shelter and you get a nice healthy tax write-off because each one of those bras is $40. So you get your money back from Amazon and you get a nice tax write-off.
Here's a question. Did you get more money for the washed bras at auction or the unwashed bras at auction?
You know what was so funny? I was doing a webinar in my group about buying stuff off Facebook. So I'm like, okay, guys, let's go to the Facebook yard sale site. Let me show you this stuff. And the first thing up was a woman selling used panties. So I just processing a few bras. However, my app showed that these sell only one every 2 months. Also, Amazon is on the listing, so I figured the best return them to the store. Nancy, what kind of rank are you at on that? Tina, do you go to outlets? Sometimes, not as much as I really should. Unfortunately, outlets are like 2 hours away from me. How do I avoid the race to the bottom, especially when there are a bunch of sellers dropping their price? So like I said, you know, if I buy a bra at $4, number one, I'm buying these bras so cheap that I can race to the bottom. Like that bra, that Olga right now is like $25. I'm in it like $2 and some change. So, I mean, I'll race to the bottom all day, every day. I'll sell that bra for $10 if I want to, and I'll still make money on it. So, you know, as far as that goes, I set my repricer for a minimum ROI. If it's something where I can't really afford to do that, I'll just hold out on it. Those people racing to the bottom, that's why I have the good rank. That's why I have good seller metrics, you know, all that stuff. I'll hold on it. You know, this is not a business where I'm turning my inventory every month entirely or anything like that. I do have a very good inventory turn, but it's not like monthly. It's not weekly or anything like that. This is a game of numbers. I have thousands of bras in inventory right now. So, yeah.
I would say Chris hit on something there that I think people need to really take to heart. He sets his repricer, and that's it. The reason a repricer is important is because it takes the emotion out of your pricing decisions. This, in my opinion, emotion is what causes most race to the bottoms. That and some people who just don't know how to set their repricer. You know, but we've got these sellers who try to get into new verticals. They want to get their money in and out as fast as possible, even if that means only making a penny. And they'll start repricing lower and lower and lower. So set your repricer, make sure it's good for your business model, and then walk away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How do you avoid? Okay, Brenda, a bra that shows unavailable on Amazon, and so the ranking is very bad. Will still see. I don't really go into the bad rankings and stuff like that. Yeah, it might sell, but that's not something I'm really interested in. I mean, because like I said, bras are something. There's two ways to think of it. Number one, bras are something where if a woman wants it, she will buy it. Okay, she will pay the price. You know, this bra, this maiden form, this black maiden form right here, sticker price on it is $42. There are women that will pay $42 for it all day, every day, if it's the right size, the right color, the right bra. So you are kind of swinging for the fence there a little bit. If a woman wants that bra, that's her size, that's her color, she'll pay for it and she'll find it. But on the other end, it could be kind of stuck in your inventory for a little while. So I don't really do that kind of stuff because I do want these to be a faster turn, but I do maintain the higher ROI. I will tell you right now, with people that I've done training before and they've come to me and they said, hey, I bought a bunch of bras, I'm not selling any. What's going on? Number one, they went too low ROI. I'm always shooting for 100%. They'll be like, well, you said 100%. What if we do, I don't know, 50%? So they'll be like, okay, 50%. And then when I'm like, stay under 50,000 or stay under 100,000, they'll be like, well, it's a good ROI, so I'll go up to 500,000. I'm like, no, 50% at 500,000 is not a good ROI. So they get so out of it. I picked up a bra. I picked up a shapewear set. It was, I remember very distinctly, the rank was 377K, 377,000. Okay. But the ROI on it, I paid $4 and it was selling for $85. Ooh. I will sit on that for a year if I have to. I don't care.
Yeah. The long-term storage fees for bras, guys, is nothing. They're so small. It's
they're lightweight. Yeah. Steve H, what kind of foam? I will tell you. Makeup sponges will also take the deodorant off a bra. I have a higher return on strapless bras. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. That's kind of up to you on that. I don't know. I think mine, I haven't broken it down, honestly, that much. I just look at my apparel returns, and almost all the apparel I sell is bras. So that's how I figure that number. So the Nike shoes that Amazon sent me in a poly bag are missing the lovely blue box or the lovely orange box. Is that okay? I used to do tons and tons of Amazon shoe flips, like a lot of them. And I bought a pair of John Veritas dress shoes. They're like $650 dress shoes, and they came in a poly bag, one poly bag, just both shoes in a poly bag. I've bought $1,000 boots, one poly bag. Like, seriously, I don't understand why Amazon does. And then if we do that, like, seriously, I don't get it with Amazon. How long have I been selling on Amazon? Like 3 years now. I do donate them to women's shelter. Foam like you would about. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess the gray looking stuff. Okay, so here's what I will say, Nancy. Anything that estimates sales based on rank is wrong. It's impossible to be right. Okay, people say an estimate. It's not a good estimate. It's not an estimate. Okay, it's just. I come from an engineering background. Okay, I went to college for mechanical engineering. The exact engineering I went for was computer integrated manufacturing technology engineering, or some crap like that. So it was electrical engineering and mechanical engineering. Okay, I dropped out of college to go into business. So, when you take a rank number, okay, so I just bought a bunch of my replens today. Okay, right now some of those replens are not very well ranked, and if I entered them into Ace and Expector, they'd probably tell me that they sell 2 or 3 a month. I know that that's wrong because right now they're out of FBA inventory, so the rank has gone down. Now when I go back in, the rank will go up. Okay, so if something is out of stock, the rank will go down, and that means it'll sell less, but when you come in, it'll go up. So then it'll start to sell more. Rank is a momentary snapshot. So unless you use an average, which even then is not accurate, you will not get a complete picture. Would you use the Amazon repricer? No, I like to make money, so I don't use the Amazon repricer.
Yeah, if you guys are even thinking about using the Amazon repricer, go read about how it actually works, and you will run far, far away from it.
One of the things I don't like about it, so let's say me and Chris, we're competing on a product. Okay, I set my minimum price at 15. Chris sets his minimum price at 16. Well, what happens is, and we're both at 25, let's say, Amazon will just cut the race to the bottom and price him at 16. Okay, it'll just skip that whole foreplay and get right to it, and that's not good. Okay, my tax lease said I couldn't take a tax deduction because I already took the deduction when I purchased the item. I don't know a lot about taxes, so I'm not going to say that. But you can donate anything.
Yeah. So, okay, I know more than I should about taxes because I still do my taxes because I'm a control freak. So, if you purchase a bra, it is a cost of goods sold. It is a cost to your business. If you then get a return and get reimbursed by Amazon, you now have income. So that item has been paid for. You are paying taxes on the income on that item. So when you go to donate it, you can donate that item and take the donation off on your taxes. And if your tax lady says that's wrong, I can get you the IRS code that says it's not.
Yeah, I will tell you this. The lady that does my taxes, she's very good. She is a CPA, but her specialty is not what I do. She does not. She got out of college and began working for a company and has worked for a company the entire time, like one company. She does no e-commerce. So we really had to sit down and have a lot. It took me we had to go over training almost. I almost had to train her to do my taxes. She does a very good job, but there was a lot of things that she was not aware of. But a lot of things she was aware of, like I just bought a van and she's taking care, like that whole thing's a tax write-off. Like, great, Have you ever noticed fees being wrong on the listing? I've noticed many bras listing under the wrong size tier when the listing is an inventory lab. Yes, that's a great question, Steve H. And I'll tell you why that is. So I'm a merchant fulfilled seller. Well, let's say I was. I'm not. And I have this bra. Well, this bra weighs 2 ounces. Okay. So I sell it. And if I say to Amazon, hey, Amazon, this bra weighs 4 pounds, they're going to give me a bigger shipping credit versus the 2 ounces. So there's a lot of bras that are I don't know how women wear a 10-pound bra or a 5-pound bra. But apparently, according to Amazon, a lot of women do. So when I see that and I see that the fees don't make sense, I pull up the shipping weight, see what the shipping weight is listed at, and then I open a case and I will weigh the bra on my scale and I will open a case with Amazon and say, hey, Amazon, the dimensions and shipping weight on this are incorrect. The correct dimensions are, and usually the dimensions are fine, the weight should be X, and then they will correct it for you and then adjust the fees accordingly.
Mm-hmm. So before we get too long and before people start really popping out of here, can you tell us a little bit about superhero sellers?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, and thanks, Chris. Yeah, so I run a group. It's superherosellers.com. I'll type it in here. Okay. So I run this group. It is a sourcing group. So there's bolos in it. There's a package for like 350, 250, and 150 bolos a month, something like that. And there's also education on it, where you can learn from me and other people. Nate, I'm sorry, Tyler Nelson. If you guys are familiar with him, he's one of my partners with it. He helps me out a lot. We have Josh Santana, Darrell. I don't know if you guys know him. And I will do education. I'm doing like a challenge right now. We're doing something called the $500 challenge, where we're bringing a private label product to market for $500. That kind of stuff. We do a lot of sourcing challenges and stuff like that. And then educational, like I'm doing a video series on Storefront Stalker, and I'm doing a video series on stuff like that, like anything that comes out, like with TA, when they come out with a new software or a new little feature. I use TA all the time. Yeah, Josh Santana is awesome. We're flying out by... Oh, Josh. Okay, so Josh, I should have recognized Josh's bra size at 42 triple D. And Josh is flying out with me. If you guys are going to be at RMRC, we'll be at RMRC together. So, watch out. We might, I don't know, we might mess you up. But what I'm going to do here, so what I will say about it is, the people in the group have my phone number. They're able to call me. I do very extensive webinars on OA. I do live sourcing, all sorts of stuff. It's as immersive and as excessive as I can make it. So I just wanted you guys to, if anybody's interested in it, what I'll actually do here is I'm going to give you guys a discount code. I forgot to make this before I got on. And I am going to give you guys a code here that if you use the discount code CLEAR, and I will type this into the chat here, you get $50 off your first month. Okay, so the lowest package in the group is $149.99, so you could get in for the first month for $99.99. So, you know, check that out if you guys want to try that. And, you know, I'd like to have you. And like I said, also, even if you don't join the group, please feel free to message me anything you guys do ask. And actually, it was fun. I took Josh, went up to Josh's house. Josh lives in Erie. I live in central Pennsylvania. We got to go over to Chris's place because he's only like 3-4 hours. I was actually thinking of going to your place this weekend, but I'm going to end up going to Harrisburg to source. So anybody going to Harrisburg, you better watch out, man. I'm ruthless. But so I went up to Erie and I took Josh and his wife out bra shopping. And that was, I want to say we got like 4 cartloads of bras out of Kohl's. I bought a bunch of drones. I bought digital cameras. Like, we went crazy. We spent, I don't know what Josh spent, but I spent over $1,000 in one Kohl's. So, and that was after all the discounts. You know, that's kind of what's so funny about Kohl's. Like, people will be like, oh, how much you spend at Kohl's? I'll be like $500. And I'm like, oh, that's it? And I'm like, that was a lot of money, dude. When you're looking at all the discounts, it's a lot of money. So, Steve, what city in Pennsylvania? Yes, Steve, I bought drones from Kohl's.
Absolutely. Yeah, they've got a whole electronic section, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe if it's CLEAR is the code. And it's superherosellers.com, CLEAR is the code. Yep. I'll tell you, Chris, if you ever want to get me on again to do a webinar, I could talk about auctions.
Ooh, that would be fun.
One of my favorite hustles is to buy certain things from Kohl's. I'll do a to be continued, certain things from Kohl's and sell them at auctions. And I've actually done very well selling items right out of Kohl's and selling them at auctions.
Fascinating. We'll do that. We'll talk at Rocky Mountain and we'll set this up again because that could be really a lot of fun. Okay.
Hey, Craig asked a really good question. Do you use discounted gift cards to source? Yes. Let me show you this real quick here. My phone is about to die because I'm a heathen and I didn't charge my battery. So just so you guys know, you can buy gift cards off Raise.com. And then if you go into your Kohl's app, just like that. Give me a second here. You go into your Kohl's app like that, and you go to Wallet. I can't show you this part, but you can go in and actually add your Kohl's cards there in the app. That's how I let my sourcers that are out of state source for me. You can also just pull the Raise app and scan right out of the Raise app. So yes, you can use discounted gift cards.
Absolutely. You need to. Building your ROI is very important.
Yeah, you can do so much stacking at Kohl's, but not just Kohl's, okay? Walmart, you know, people will be like, oh, well, you know, Walmart's only like 1 or 2% off at Raise. Yeah, but you also get 1% rebates with it. So if you're going in store, that's 3% off, you know, and, you know, you get your tax off, you get 3% off, you know, it adds up. It's, you know, it does help.
Yeah, absolutely.
That 5% cash back from Target, that's big money, man. So did anybody have any questions? Any more questions?
I think that's it.
Okay. Well, listen, guys, here's what I will tell you. Till Sunday, the 21st, get your butts over to Kohl's, okay? They're doing a sale right now. It's 20% off, 20% back in Kohl's cash. This is a great way to get started, okay? Not sure if this was answered. Do you do much Kohl's OA? If so, do you run into him? Okay. So in case this got missed earlier, I am currently banned from doing any OA from Kohl's. I cannot purchase off Kohls.com. They did not block my accounts, but so like I can still store my Kohl's cash and everything, but I can't order anything online. It gives a fraud alert every time. So what I do is what I'm going to do is I'm trying to figure out some workarounds around that. I don't know how I'm going to do it quite yet. I have some ideas. And when I finally figure it out, I don't know what I'm going to do with that information, whether I will share it or not. But maybe I will. I just don't know. It's just such a valuable account. I could literally, like in Superhero Sellers, I posted bolos that like I could spend $100,000 at Kohl's just like that. Like it would not be difficult for me to do. Okay, I don't mean to brag, but I know how to get stuff from Kohls.com for free. Okay, like that's how good you can get at this discount stacking. Like literally be paid to buy stuff, like 80 cents or something like that. Like if you know what you're doing and stack it right. So, Steve, yeah, I will actually be hitting up. I made my list, and I will be at the York Kohl's. So I'll tell you what, if you message me, message me on Facebook, Chris Anderson, and if you want to meet up for lunch or something, I'll have my assistant with me. I'll be in my big creepy cargo van, and we could go grab something for lunch or dinner or something like that. I'm always looking to meet up with new sellers. I'll take you shopping with me if you want.
His van is, I believe it's white, and it has spray painted free candy on the side. So just look for that rolling through your town.
Mm-hmm. With a lot of bras.
That's right.
So
yeah, dude, I really appreciate you. We're coming up on 2 hours. I know people are going to start. They're going to start. Their ADD is going to start kicking in too. I definitely want to have you back for auctions. That sounds really fascinating.
Yeah.
Oh, are there any other stores you recommend, like you do Kohl's or close to it?
Yeah. No, I mean, any store. I shop dozens and dozens of stores. Like I have 4 tactical arbitrage accounts running at all times. So it's like, anywhere, anywhere. Like that's it.
Learn to stack discounts at TJ Maxx, guys. There's still money to be made there. A lot of it.
Oh, a lot of money to be made there. Yep. Patience is the thing with gift cards. People will be like, "Oh, they used to be 20%." Yeah, you can still get them for 20%. I just bought $2,500 worth of Ross gift cards at 25% off.
Yeah.
And here's what I will tell you: retail stores are getting hit hard. The company, the way that they put out those gift cards, Ross or TJ Maxx actually is who does those gift cards. Okay, it's not people reselling them; it's the actual corporate companies doing that to invigorate sales. They do that, to get their stock numbers up. They might do it right before the end of the quarter, the beginning of the quarter, whatever they need to do. So you can, if you watch and set alerts, you can find gift cards 20-25% off at TJ Maxx and Marshalls and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm glad I was able to help somebody, some people, and I hope that people get out there and shop. And remember, set your repricers for a couple pennies above the buy box, and don't do a race to the bottom, or I will find you. I'll go taking on you.
All right, man. Hey, Chris, I really appreciate you, dude. I will see you in the Rockies, and we'll have a good time, man.
Oh yeah, we will.
All right. Have a great one, guys.
See ya.